This man reigns from Akron, Ohio, the red line of the auction business, Conky's Flippin' Adventures. Conky. Oh, man.
Hey.
All right, this man needs no introduction, but they're paying me to do this, so the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. What the Hales, Jeremy! Dun, dun.
I'm here! Look at that. It's real. It's not just the
And
word.
from out west, Sandusky, Lorain, Ohio, some people call him Guapo with a capital G. What up?
All right, so who passed out now? Woo! Is that from the hoarder house that we cleaned out?
Can you see me, Conky?
I can see you.
I was trying. Hold on. I'll try it again.
Hales, what the heck are you doing up there?
I'm trying to find you treasure, man. Come on. Do you know how much money is in here?
No, how much?
You're going to about to find out, and so is everybody else once they see what's inside.
I can't wait to see. You're going to have to check out What the Hales, ladies and gentlemen, and see what he found in my hoarder house.
Did it go? Conky?
Yep, I'm here.
Hales, what the heck are you doing up there?
All right. Oh, geez, oh Pete. What the hell are you doing? So, am I freezing, Conky? I might have to go off.
Okay.
I couldn't hook up to my regular internet. I was trying to get on. I'm running late. So I would have to go off. I got to restart my internet and everything else. So I'll have to shut down and you have to run the show for a minute if I do that.
Okay.
So
I can't let anybody in. So if anybody's, like
am I
Jeremy
freezing?
a little bit, yeah. I mean, it's not so much that; it's just the audio is cutting in and out.
So let me shut down. Conky, tell him a good story.
A good story. What's a good story?
Why don't you tell him about when you passed out?
I did not pass out, but I'll tell the story about when I
no.
landed like a rock star. Okay, restart your computer, and
I'm trying.
I'll get into it. Yeah, why does this
I'm
funky
trying.
story
Let's see here.
Yeah, there he goes. So here I am, full screen. Anyway, to tell the story about when I landed like a rock star and I did not pass out. As you know, we went to Camp Hales 2.0 a couple years ago, and the Sean Goodman decided that we were all going to jump out of a plane together. I forget who decided we were going to wear diapers, but in hindsight, it was a pretty good idea. And then we got on the plane. I mean, I know I'm skipping a bit here, but the best part is when we jumped out of the plane. Anyway, we wind up going up to about 10,000 feet in this plane, and it's pretty much it's the AA crew. George was there. The Sean Goodman was there, and then there was, of course, we all had our guides or whatever you call it. When you're strapped to somebody else and they're actually wearing a parachute, you just hope you stay strapped to them the whole time and you don't, like come unstrapped and take a nosedive. We wound up going up to 10,000 feet. The one person that was in the plane that wasn't with us jumped out. And nobody else started jumping out. It was then that it was announced that Rob had decided that we were going not to jump out at 10,000 feet. We were going to jump out from, these Sean Goodman's in the chat. I think it was 16,000 feet. It was whatever the highest legal amount that they could go up to and jump out of the plane. In fact, Sean, you might know whose idea the diapers were. I think that might have been Jeremy's. I don't know. 18,000. Okay, so it's 18,000. It's another couple thousand feet. Okay, so we're up to 18,000 feet and we start jumping out. I say we. I don't mean me just yet. I was quite a ways back. I think Jeremy went after me. Might have just been Jeremy. It might have been Jeremy and somebody else. I forget who, but I know.
Baby, I'm back.
Rob, who jumped out of the plane first?
Ooh, man.
I know you went before me, and I know Jeremy went after me. I can't remember the order of everybody else.
Sean Goodman or George? Did George jump out?
Yeah, he was up there with us. I think he might have jumped out before us too. I don't know.
I think it was. I want to say it was Goodman, Guapo, George, me, you, Hales.
Okay. So
George went first. Look at
George went first. Okay.
Thank you, Sean.
I jump out of this plane. Of course, I'm strapped to this guy, and all I know is it doesn't feel. I expected the feeling like a roller coaster. It didn't feel like that. I just wanted to be able to look straight down and see the ground. And this guy kept pulling my head up, so I couldn't look down. Well, when he did that, the air, I forget how fast you actually fall. Whatever terminal velocity is.
Around 200 miles per hour.
Yeah, but that's what we were doing. And but at 200 miles an hour, the wind going directly into my ears, it was like somebody took an air hose with an air and sticks in your ear and it just opens it up. So we did that for a while. And he decides, okay, let's open a parachute. So we opened a parachute. Now he's telling me that, I've never shared this part of the story before. Now he's telling me that when we get down close to the ground, I have to lift my legs straight up like as an L. I'm like, well, I don't know if I can do that. He said, well, you got to do that. Or we're gonna crash land to the ground. So we fly around a little bit, and you see it in the videos. I think I left my video up of that. I think we all did. And we get to the ground, and I'm just so happy to be on the ground. You get unhooked, and I just decided that I'm going to make as much contact with the ground as I possibly could. So I lay flat on my back, and I'm looking up at where I just came from, the sky. And I hear, I think these Sean Goodman could probably tell it better from here, Conky passed out. So I had to stand up, and of course, after jumping out of a plane, your legs are a little shaky. So Rob practically carried me to the bathroom and splashed some cold water on my face.
Conky did not look right. That's all I can say. First, I want to say thank you all for joining us on this wonderful, wonderful evening. I was running late. I sent out the thing just 2-3 minutes after we're supposed to start. So what the Hales? I talked to him earlier. Actually yesterday. He's going to try to make it on a little bit. He's got a lot of craziness going on. And I know a lot of people don't know this. I'm going to tell you guys a little secret about Jeremy. You guys ready? Shh. He works for Santa Claus. Shh. It's between you, me, and these 500 people, Conky.
Yeah.
So he does work for Santa.
Is he a contractor for Santa Claus, or an employee? Does Santa Claus pay his workers' comp? How's that work?
That's a good question. I was hopefully he'll be able to jump on. I know I think he might be at the North Pole today, so the reception is a little fuzzy, but he might be able to jump on and have to tell us about his elf making abilities. And then, Guapo, as you guys all know, he'll be late as usual. So, I mean, actually, I saw Guapo. Was it yesterday or today? Man, everything's flying. I think it was today. I don't know. Everything's all a big jumble, man.
I never know where Guapo is half the time.
Yeah, that's true. And guys, so much craziness. And once again, another crazy week. Multiple units bought. This morning I woke up, I wanted to buy 4 units, Conky.
How many did you buy? Still not bad. Not bad.
So thanks for hit that thumbs up, everybody, please. That helps the channel. But yeah, I was going at it. Let's see if I can pull up. I got a little video here, maybe. Because wanted to videotape me bidding on these units. And there's 2 units at the same place. And Roy, actually, from Aviers On, sent me a little text here. Let's see. This is what his text said. I just got so much going on. Roy's text. He said, he goes, I was about to bid on these units in Medina, and then we saw the price jumping. You probably already know they were the common owners. Roy, I said, yeah, I was the backup bidder on both units. And one unit, 2,500, the other unit, 800.
Wow. Must have been good units. What was in there?
Well, the one was really good. There was a couple multiple toolboxes, some other tools, 10 by 25, lots of totes and boxes. You know, $2,500 plus a buyer's premium, ladies and gentlemen. Like I told Roy, you got how much you want to spend is always the question you got to ask yourself. At the end of the day, you know. And I told Jeff today, I said, you know, that locker, to me, it looked like it was probably at least $5,000 to $10,000. The question is, if it's a $5,000 unit and you pay $2,500 for it, then you got your expenses of moving it, cataloging it, photoing it. You know what I'm saying? How much money is there actually left to be made? So,
yeah, not a lot.
But money, you could hit big, right, Conks?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. I don't know. I see some of the big that Jeremy hits down in Florida, and almost makes you want to just go down there and buy one.
Yeah, that is true. It does make me want to go down to Florida, and thought about going down to Christmas in the Creek, but man, it's just so much going on. I want to go down, but I got a basketball game.
We couldn't if we really. I mean, we couldn't because Noreen's got the church thing the next day, and it's just too much going on to get away. If this is something he does every year, we might be able to make it next year, but it's going to be it's not going to be easy for us to.
Someone said they like my slick hairdo. This is called playing against 7th grade basketball player hairdo.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, 7th grade basketball coach. Woof. You got to actually go out there. Me and the other coach were both 46 years old, and you know, we're out there running around with a bunch of 7th graders. Not easy.
Well, it's hard to keep up with 7th graders when you're in your 40s.
Yeah. These kids got on. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I got a couple kids on my team. Unlimited energy. I don't know other way to explain it. They both, I mean, I got 3 kids on my team that run cross country. So they got great stamina, but 2 of the kids, man, those kids, I could just have them run the floor all day long. They just will. No problem. But it must be nice to be that age. So that $2,500 unit had 5 locks cut too. Makes me wonder what they were trying to save. Those toolboxes, man. Obviously, Avery's. And who knows what else. There's a 10 by 25. Avery's will tell you there's totes and boxes and all kind of craziness over there. And
well, okay, so that just begs the question. If it's got 5 cut locks in it, on the 4th cut lock, okay, do you think maybe they might have gone in there and gotten some of the good stuff out, knowing that they weren't going to be able to pay again? Or
it's always a possibility, Conky. Any of those times those locks were cut and they had an opportunity to go back to that unit, they always have that chance. And let me see if I can. I know I got a picture of this unit, I think, here. I think I do. Hold on. Let me see. I know I got to have a picture.
Pictures because they go down as soon as. Forgot to turn my light on. There.
I should say I got outbid on a unit. So let me see here. Let's see if I can pull up the details on this unit. And then I went to go pick up one of my units today. Oh, here we go. So I'll show you. I don't know. There's a lot of bad pictures, Conky, so trying to find a decent picture because a lot of the pictures are blurry. I'm just trying to show.
What was that? You said it was in Medina?
Yeah.
Was that the public storage?
No. What was it at? It was boom. Storage zone.
Okay.
So here's I'll full screen me. So check this out, everybody. So here's one picture of the unit. 10 by 25. So you can see a shop back right here. There's toolboxes back here. There's some totes. See, like here's pictures of the unit. See how blurry it is? But see, there's 2 rolling toolboxes right there.
Yeah.
Stereo cabinet back there. This is a Santa Claus figure right here. Where's my buddy Helen? Hey, Helen, how we doing today? You know my mom's name is Helen? I love that name, Helen. It's my mom's name. And then here's a picture of the back honk. You see all the totes and boxes.
Yeah.
And then there's a sister unit to it. And thanks again so much, Helen. I appreciate that so much. The sister unit was had a couple Star Wars things you could see. So the thing was there from the newest movie back in '96 or whatever, the Episode 1 movie with Jar Jar Binks and all that. Jar Jar Binks, everyone loves Jar Jar. Oh, yeah, Jar Jar. Sorry, that's my Jar Jar Binks impression. Thank you.
You even look a little like him.
I do. I just wish you would have been more popular, then I could be out there making money off Jar Jar Binks impressions. But no, everyone had to hate Jar Jar. So, yeah, it was a little crazy. That unit, so I was bidding on both of them back and forth. I was hoping maybe he'd get distracted on one and I got the other one and everything else, but that did not happen. Mary Dale, super sticker. Thank you, Mary Dale. So it was an interesting little unit.
Yeah, that's Guapo and Jeremy texting each other.
Yeah, there's a picture. I'll put it up. This is the picture Hales just sent. He's working right now, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to try to jump on. But we got Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer with the scarf.
And the lights on the antlers. Don't forget about that.
And the lights on the antlers. So, yeah, I was really, I was trying to win these 2 units. Then there was a third unit I was bidding on Conky. Next thing I know, that's at $500-$600. So you want to see the unit I bought?
Let's see it.
Man, you guys ready for this one? Woo! Roy, you still watching? He probably knows what unit I bought. Show you one picture, Conky. I got full screen myself again. Wait till you see this. You guys ready for this? Look at the boxes, right? Look at the dirt and dust on those boxes, Conky.
I see a lot of dirt and dust. Are those let's see a file cabinet. Those aren't comic book boxes, are they?
I sure hope so, Conky. No, I don't think so. That'd be awesome, though. That's what I like to hear, Conky. Speaking of comic books, let's see. Here's some new ones I just picked up. I got a couple boxes downstairs, Conks. Oh, hold on. I got full screen. Man, I got to keep full screen myself tonight.
Keep yourself full screen. Get my mug off of there. The eraser
Nice
tried to rub out Batman.
Like that? The eraser you trying to rub out Batman. It's all over, Batman. You just lost to the battle of the sexes. And who's the most famous reindeer of all? Not Gail Davis. It's Rudolph. Hello, Gail. How we doing tonight? Check out this Batman. Woo. And who's the most famous restorator of them all? Conky's Restorations. He'll make anything look new. He'll start with a piece of junk and then he'll sandblast it. You just watch him too. Oh, Conky the Restorator. He likes to sandblast things. Then he paints them in his booth. It makes him look like Mickey Mouse. I don't know.
It was going good there for a while.
Thank you, Conky. We'll have to rewind it. And this is one of my favorite comics. I have this actually in a frame at my shop.
That auction, everything must go.
I love this. And so many people wanted to buy this off of me. So I actually have the same comic book. It's in a frame in my shop, and it just looks amazing framed. It has like a red all around the outside. Oh, and then here's the big bad boy comic. You ready?
Amazing Spider-Man Mysterio.
That is the first appearance of Mysterio. Amazing Spider-Man number 13.
Oh, nice.
So pretty cool. Pretty cool. But not as cool as Conky. Look at Conky's hair. You just know he's cool. When you got that kind of hair, you don't have this kind of hair. They were making fun of my hair earlier, Conky.
Well, you know, I mean,
now you get worse.
Sometimes, I mean, my hair is easy to make fun of too. I mean, it does what it wants.
Oh yeah, yeah. Someone did send me a picture. I did get the picture of you wearing your nylons, Conky, man.
Well, I put them on the AA last week, didn't I?
Yeah,
I thought I did.
Yeah, and then someone they sent me a picture of you, and then now I got to find the picture. Now I don't know. That's gonna take me, man. The amount of stuff I put on my phone within a week, it just always amazes me. Oh man!
Sometimes you got to go through and delete it just to make room.
Well, and then try to find stuff. Sometimes it's just like, like right now, trying to find this thing. I'm like, where did I put that? I got all these different folders.
It's probably in the Conky folder.
Yeah, I know. I should have a folder. Conky. I'll find it. I'm gonna have to find it. Thank you, Bonnie, for saying my hair was just fine. So, yeah, crazy week. Let's talk about a few things. Offsite auction. I had that on and pick up on Tuesday, and then I had an auction yesterday, and man, some stuff sold interesting. We had a sewing machine that sold for $300 some. 35 millimeter camera, $400. This pair,
like a little film camera.
Yeah, $400, Conky.
Wow.
So I mean, I try to tell this to my guys all the time. In this business, you got to research some stuff sometimes, because there's things like I have these two cameras. Let me see if I can pull up a lot. Let me see if I can pull up the picture. These two cameras, Conky. I told Jeff, I said, man, you would have just thrown those out. You would never think these things are worth any money. And these two cameras sold for $150, I think. So, I mean, it's just, you got to do research if you're going to be selling stuff. Don't automatically assume it's garbage or, oh, that's old. It's, no one wants an old camera anymore. Even instant cameras.
Yeah, I guess there's collectors for everything. I've got some nice old 35 millimeter cameras around here I should sell. I just use the digital ones now.
So here's this camera. This is the $400 camera, Conky.
Oh, I'd have never guessed that. What's so special about that camera?
$400. I have no clue. But there is a Nikon, Nippon, Koku, Tokyo camera.
Okay.
So you just don't know. And then here's this one. Now look at these. These are really going to blow your mind. Olympus XA2 film cameras. $150.
Wow.
Look at this camera. Would you ever think that camera's worth $75?
No.
You would probably throw it out, right?
Probably, or think it's
not worth much.
I would think that I'd put it in a camera lot with like 10 other cameras and have to get $30 out of it. Out of the whole lot.
And then look at this one. Another good one, Conky. Travel Singer sewing machine travel size.
$225.
$225. And the worst is that the one guy called me up. He wanted to buy it for his daughter. I have a couple of people that are old timers. They can't they don't go to the internet, so they'll call me up and have me put bids for them. And they've been at my auctions for 10, 12 years. So, and it's the thing about cameras, ladies and gentlemen. Some are worth money, and we had other cameras in an auction that sold for $10. So, like this camera here, this Minolta, this one sold for $60. But I thought that camera was worth more than the first camera that sold for $400.
Yeah.
It looks fancier, and it's a Minolta. Here's another crazy one. Ready? VHS. South Park, Power Dolls, $60.
Wow.
VHS cartoons. Most of the time people get VHS. There's another VH1, this lot. $40 for VHS tapes, Conky. And Asher is the most famous of all.
What's an Asher? Is that a camera?
Asher.
Never heard of it.
I think you're
Dog.
Asher. Maybe a dog. Thank you, Gail Davis. And I got to go to my daughter's Christmas concert last night.
How was that?
Unbelievable. I'm talking about Conky. It always shocks me, this high school, this stuff they do, man. But they have the one choir will sit in the front, and the other choir will go behind you, and it's called the Echo. Here, I'll play it. I can't imagine this. If this is copyrighted, Conky, then I'm out. I quit YouTube if I get a copyright strike because of this.
Somebody will put a name to it and claim it's theirs.
Let me see that one. Nope, that's not. Nope, that's not.
You'll probably find the Conky picture in there now that you're not looking for it.
I need to find a Conky picture. Oh, this is a good one. That's not it, though. Everyone knows Silent Night, but that's not the song anymore.
You know, is Silent Night copyright protected?
Probably. I didn't play much of it.
There's so many different versions of it. I don't know how they protect it.
I always ask that. There's times, some stuff should not be protected. Like Happy Birthday's copyrighted, Conky?
Bill, I thought that was back in public domain.
Is it?
I thought it was, but don't take my word for it.
Where's Guapo at, man?
I don't know.
Guapo told me we had an argument today about who's the most famous person from Cleveland. In the chat, whoever's watching the chat, who would you guys think is the most famous person from Cleveland? Conky, you want to put anything? Who in the chat? Who do you guys think is the most famous person? If you guys think of Cleveland, who's the most famous person you know from Cleveland area?
I know the guy that invented the traffic light was from Cleveland, but he's not.
That's what I said.
Big M. LeBron is not from Cleveland, but LeBron is from Akron.
But yeah, he's from this area.
Yeah, Jerry Springer's from Cleveland.
Yes, he is. Bob Hope, I agree. He's from Cincinnati. He was the mayor of Cincinnati. Bob Hope, yes, I would say Bob Hope was huge, but most people don't know who Bob Hope is anymore. Little Chuck and Big John, close. Big Chuck and Little John, but that was close. I don't know, Avery's. I think you're going a little crazy. Hales ain't from Cleveland. Woo, woo. Sean, you get a Christmas card, buddy. So I haven't seen Guapos up here yet. Haven't seen Guapo. Yeah, Jerry is from Cincinnati. He was the mayor of Cincinnati.
Jerry Springer.
All right.
Yeah.
A lot of people say me. Paul Newman, very good. That's a good one. Guapo, I still haven't seen your person up here, Guapo. Joe Walsh? Oh, I didn't know Joe Walsh was from Cleveland. See, I'm learning stuff. Just Jeff. Oh, Michael Simon. That's a good one, Debbie. Good one there. So, what do you say, Conky?
A lot of those people I've never heard of.
Oh, here's the first one that came up with Guapos. MGK. That's what Guapo said. Most famous person from Cleveland area. You know who MGK is, Conky? I didn't think so. Who in the chat knows who MGK is? MGK Day. So I said Drew Carey. I would have said Bob Hope, but I know Guapo wouldn't know who Bob Hope was. He didn't know who Drew Carey was either. So, but that's understandable. He's only 20-some years old. And so I told Guapo, I said, look up Drew Carey's wealth and look up Machine Gun Kelly's wealth. That's who MGK is, Machine Gun Kelly. He's a rapper from Cleveland. He's dating Megan Fox. You know who Megan Fox is, Conky? No. She was in a movie called Transformers back in the day. Long story short, He's been in one movie, and he's been on thing. So Mike says his music's terrible. So that was Machine Gun Kelly. So Guapo looked up Machine Gun Kelly. His net worth right now is $25 million. Drew Carey's net worth is $183 million, I think.
Well, yeah, Drew Carey's been around a while and he's done a lot. He's had his own TV show. Well, sitcom TV show. He still does Price is Right, doesn't he?
Yep, still does the Price is Right.
He used to back before he really got really famous. Well, he was famous enough, but this was a while ago. He would go into like a bar, and he would lock the door behind him. People could leave if they wanted to. I mean, he wasn't kidnapping anybody, but then he'd like just party with the people that were actually in the bar when he got there.
Oh, that's
that
cool.
was so that people couldn't call and say, "Hey, Drew Carey's here. Come on out to this place." But he did that in Kent a few times.
Just a little John Rinaldi. And guys, you guys, a lot of people that aren't from this area, there's a show that's been on for 40 years probably.
Oh, no, longer than that.
Yeah. Well, it originally started with the Houlihan.
Yeah, Big Chuck and Houlihan. Then it was Big Chuck and Little John.
Right. So, yeah, it's been out, yeah. And Houlihan moved, and people heard Houlihan's voice. He's world famous now because he's done a lot of voiceovers for Hollywood movies and things like that. But long story short, Big Chuck and Little John, they basically do these little tiny skits, and then they play B movies between the skits, typically B movies. And they have some skits like the one guy's supposed to be like Indiana Jones. The one guy is always your certain ethnic person.
Yeah. You remember the laugh?
And one's the what's the doctor?
Oh, no, not Stosh.
Yeah, but the one he's supposed to be like the what you call show Ben Casey or whatever.
Ben Casey, yeah. Ben Crazy.
Yeah, Ben Crazy.
Ben Crazy.
So, but they're and the thing about Little John, I love Little John Rinaldi. I'm going to show you guys a picture real quick for you guys can understand what we're talking about here. The people that don't know. Let me full screen me. And these guys are Cleveland classics here, but that's Big Chuck to my right, and then little guy with the bald head, that's John Rinaldi, Little John. An interesting thing is Little John used to live across the street from me.
That's funny.
And I used to hang out with his son. He has a few kids, and then when he moved, I was probably, I don't know, maybe 8 or something like that, 7, and I garbage picked his garbage, Conky. And I had all these pictures and like this, all kind of stuff for Big Chuck and Houlihan and all this stuff. And I don't know what I did with all this stuff, but I had all this stuff I garbage picked. I thought it was the coolest thing.
Huh.
But he just threw it all out. So
he was obviously already on the air and doing his thing when he moved.
Yeah, he was. And then he owns a jewelry store.
Yeah, I always knew that he was some sort of does he still have his jewelry store?
I think he finally got rid of it, I believe.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, Cleveland area. I mean, the Ohio area itself. I mean, there's like 7 presidents, I think, from Ohio. There's all kind of different things, blah blah blah. But Cleveland area is a little bit smaller. There's a lot of rich people before the Depression, the Great Depression, that lived in Cleveland area. You had John D. Rockefeller, Andrew Carnegie, some of the titans of industry, they call them, the biggest, richest guys ever. And like I forgot, they said like if John D. Rockefeller, his wealth today would be worth like $500 billion or something.
I think his wealth is still intact.
Well, yeah,
the family basically lives off of the system that he put in place to maintain the family wealth.
And they still got it. I gotta do one thing for you, Conky.
That's it. That laugh. Yes, so, WKRP was in the Cincinnati thing.
Yeah. WKRP in Cincinnati.
As God is my witness.
I haven't seen that show forever. Wow. So yeah, that's just a little bit of stuff. So Man, so much other stuff to talk about. I mean, like I said, I went through 2 units today. I bought 1 unit, 3 boxes, a suitcase, and a guitar. That's it. $130. I got so many.
Are any good?
Yeah, it was nice. I'll show you a picture of that unit too, Conky. I got a lot of show and tell today. I feel like it's show and tell day. I keep not being able to find anything. What the heck happened to my camera? I'm not letting Jeff touch my phone no more. Here it is. Here's the unit, Conky. Oh, man. This is going to be my thumbnail, I think. Look how big the unit is.
Yeah. What was that? A 10 by 15?
Yeah.
Or is that a 2.5 by 5 with a really small stuff?
No, it's like a 10 by 10 or a 10 by 15.
That's hilarious. That must have been like the only unit in the place.
I didn't go to the dusty ones, Avery. That's tomorrow. So I bought that little unit there. And so I got that video maybe be coming out. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow. I'm trying to think what video will come out tomorrow. I got a few different ones. And
so let's talk about Saturday.
they said, laugh out loud. You bought that one? I said, of course I bought that one. I only paid $130 and the guitar's easy $100. So then you got $30 and 3 boxes and a. You know why I bought that one too? If you guys didn't see my one video, Mike bought. I did a video with him. He bought a unit with 10 boxes. And I couldn't believe what he got in these 10 boxes. I was like, what? Should I call Guapo? Or should I call Hales? Who do you want me to call?
Oh, either one.
All right, we'll start with Guapo.
Hello.
Bonjour.
Hey,
Dites-vous français ou moron?
what's up, Robert? I'm jumping on right now.
Parlez-vous français? I mean, you guys speak French.
If I speak French, you won't get monetized.
Oh, good trade. Okay.
So Saturday, I show up
Go ahead.
at the auction just before they auction off before Rob auctioned off the last unit.
That was this Saturday?
That was last Saturday.
That was that already? Man,
Yep.
that was it seemed like it was like so long ago.
I pulled a Guapo.
You did pull a Guapo. Very best of that was a good unit Mike got. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that video, you gotta check it out. And then yesterday's video I put out, I went to this house, Conky. The lady had stuff stuck in the attic for 70 years. It was wrapped up in newspaper from 1953.
Wow.
All kind of crazy stuff in the house. Her son, she passed away. Her son took over. She was 95 years old. He's trying to do a wheel deal. The problem is that, how do I go here? People get appraisals. Okay. Conky, what do you know about appraisals?
They're usually high and
Right.
unrealistic.
Right. Most of the time when someone gives an appraisal, they're going to try to give you the highest value. It depends. A good appraiser would first ask you what's the purpose for this appraisal? Okay.
Yeah, like an insurance appraisal is going to be a high appraisal
Correct.
because it covers replacement cost.
But most people don't realize they always, like Conky said, they're going to be high. Most of the time, appraisal's high. Okay. And it's real easy to say. It's like this thing right here. Beautiful piece of cast iron. It's old cast iron bank right here. Okay. It's worth $50, Conky. That's great. Now go get $50 for it. I can tell you it's worth anything I want as an appraiser. Appraisal is just an opinion of value, ladies and gentlemen. If you actually read down in the nitty-gritty of the appraisal, it's just a person's opinion of value. So you try to take them to court, everything else, you've got very little to stand on in an appraisal. Because it's just their opinion of value. How they come up with that value, then you could go after that part. But
Well, go ahead. I'll finish your story, then I got something to say. But
I used to be a commercial appraiser. I know a lot of people don't know this, but I used to be a professional commercial appraiser. So I used to do appraisals for real estate properties that were worth in the neighborhood anywhere between $1 to $100 million. Okay. That's a whole different type of appraisal. When you're coming up with a value of a property that's worth $50 million, okay, there's a lot that goes into that. And I understand a true appraisal. How do you get, you have to have three ways to come up with that value. Obviously, the first one's a replacement cost. If you went to go replace this Superman right here, how much is it going to cost to replace it in that condition? Yeah. So that's one way to come up with value.
So, for example, if you have an alarm, you're driving your car, and somebody runs a stop sign and hits your car, the person who hit you, their insurance company is going to be responsible for taking care of you on that on your vehicle. This is when appraisers are going to come in low, because what pisses me off is when somebody says, well, your car is worth this, and you know you can't replace it. I'm talking about like it's a classic car or something like that, and you know you can't replace it for that. You just want to look at the appraiser and say, fine. You go find the car that's so easy to replace for $10,000 and present me with it, and I'll accept it. But I'm not going to go out and spend all my time trying to figure out how to replace this for what you say it's worth.
Well, it's funny you say that, Conky, because that exact situation happened to my father-in-law.
What's up?
What's up? Guapo. But this is what happened to him. He bought a car from a museum, Conky. It was a Ford Model A 19-something. Long story short, there was only so many of those cars. Like 14 of those cars left, and 7 of them drove. That special certain model, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Ford had certain models, and then they would do like a special thing. I don't know. Long story short, he got the car delivered to his house. They were supposed to deliver on a flatbed. They delivered on a car carrier. The car above it dropped transmission fluid on the original paint. There was 3 drops about this big, stained the paint. The insurance company said, "Hey, no problem. We'll get it. We can replace the car." He goes, "Okay, replace the car." Well, guess what? A museum quality car. There's only 14, and out of those 14, 7 of them drove. They realized at first, they thought, "Oh, we're just going to replace the car," because they couldn't replace the car. So then he said, "Okay, we'll get it painted." Well, Conky, tell me about painting a classic car. What do you got to do to paint a classic car?
Well, first of all, if the paint on the car is original,
it was,
then you're not going to repaint it and have it retain any value at all.
So there's the first problem.
Second
and then if you do repaint it, what do you have to do to a car that kind of car when you repaint those kind of cars?
You have to completely disassemble everything to repaint it.
Every piece, ladies and gentlemen.
And you have to repaint everything.
So, long story short, I think they gave him a check for $50,000 or $100,000 or something like that, because they couldn't do anything. They had 2 choices.
They could do.
Because they thought, "Oh, we'll just get him another car." Nope. Then they're like, "Oh, we'll just get it painted." Oh, that price tag. And to find a guy that wants to take apart a 1930 something car
and be responsible for
parts, breakage.
Yeah.
So
we weren't invited, Barbara. We weren't invited.
Where weren't you invited?
I was just answering Barbara's question.
Where were you invited to?
We weren't invited.
Oh, we weren't.
We weren't.
I wasn't invited. Guapo got to go to LA, and I wasn't invited.
Man, bro, you wouldn't have came to LA.
You know I would have showed up, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Jeremy said he might come in. And I know he's got so much stuff going on right now, guys. And there's a lot of stuff I can't talk about right now, but there's some crazy stuff going on, as always, in wonderful Otter Creek. So go ahead, Conk.
The other thing about appraisals that kind of, I'll just say it pisses me off, is if you, for example, have a property that the county comes along and appraises at, let's say, $100,000. You know damn good and well if you went to sell it, you wouldn't get $60,000 for it. You'd struggle to get $50,000, but they appraise it at $100,000. You just want to slap somebody and say, okay, I tell you what, you think it's worth $100,000 and you want me to pay taxes based on your valuation of $100,000. Why don't you give me $70,000 for it and you can sell it for $100 and make 30 grand? No. Well, then it's not worth $100,000. Let's find out what it really is worth. I'll pay tax based on that.
So answer Gail here. Appraisers, let's go. Like I had to go to school to become a commercial appraiser. You also there's a lot to do to become a commercial appraiser or appraiser in general, to appraise houses, for example. Now, to actually appraise anything besides real estate, you don't need any license, no education whatsoever. There is education out there, and you can get actually certified as an appraiser. But once again, you go to somebody, it's an opinion of value. And if I go to Guapo,
So
how much is this worth?
hold on, I'm at the wrong thing up.
Take a guess.
What issue is it?
I don't know. 121. Bad shape. Missing the back cover.
$20, $10.
Conky, what do you think it's worth?
What year is it?
It is 1965.
That's a Superboy. The cover's not on it.
Nope. This is look at the cover.
$10.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how rare it is anyway, but yeah, I mean, you might be able to get $5-10 for it.
Okay, once again, so he says 5-10. It's an opinion of value. Now, somebody out there, they might really love this book and they might be willing to pay 10, and someone else might go, I want to give you more than $1. So now what's this one? Jewelry appraisals high too, Rob. Yes. Now, Darlene, it depends. Most of the time, any appraisal is going to be high because it's a replacement value in jewelry. Technically, I mean, as Guapo and Conky will tell you, like a diamond ring, for example. You go to the store to buy a diamond ring, it's going to cost you $3,000-$5,000. You're never going to sell that diamond ring for $3,000 to $5,000.
Never in a million years.
You're going to be lucky to get a few $100 for it if you need money.
Yeah.
Right. You could go get it appraised. They'll appraise it for, let's say you pay $5,000 for that diamond ring. You take it in, you go get appraised. They might say that diamond ring's worth $4,000, $5,000. That jewelry appraisal, that's because to go buy it brand new at a jewelry store that's all marked up 90%, that's how much you're going to pay.
Jewelry appraisals are for insurance purposes. If you lose it, you get like a lot more money than you paid for it, so that you're covered and your insurance is worth it, because you pay for insurance like monthly and yearly. So if you were to ever take a loss, your money would come back with that extra insurance premium and appraisal that they give you. So it kind of evens out a little bit.
Yeah.
There was a funny, I think it was Family Guy did a thing on the cycle of like a gold ring or a gold piece of jewelry. It starts out, you walk into the jewelry store and you pay, $1,000 for a gold chain, and you put it on, you wear it out of the store, and you need money. So you sell it to one of these fast cash for gold places for $100, and they take it and they melt it down and sell it to a jewelry maker for, whatever the spot price of gold is. And it eventually winds up back in the store for $1,000 again as a ring or something. And it just keeps doing this with that. You really are better off. How I would say this or not, but you really are better off just not buying jewelry, especially from a jewelry store.
Yeah, I would tell anyone, most stuff you can buy at auctions, guys, but you got to make sure it's trusted too. I'm not sure what you're talking about. How much did I pay for it? I'm not sure what she means, but let me know, Mary Beth. Vintage ones too. I'm assuming you're talking about appraisals. Like I said, Guapo just hit it on the nail. It's most appraisals are done for insurance purposes. The appraisals are usually high. And I'm not saying your appraisal, blah, 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 it's worthless. It's just, it's an opinion of value. You have to come on an opinion. But as Guapo and Conky and myself, as resellers, we know all the time, people always tell us this is worth this much money. But we all know, because we sell stuff all the time, it might be, but you got to try to find someone that's going to pay that much for it. You can sit on stuff forever.
Yeah. It's to the point where, like, I just think that the reselling business itself has completely exploded just within this past 5 years with COVID and just all of these new apps that are coming out that are making it easy to sell things. I think that another thing is I feel like I'm not taking advantage of the in-person sale as much as the next person. With Rob and his auctions, people actually pull up to the building and grab the stuff and take it with them. And that's like a huge bonus when it comes to processing an item, because shipping is definitely, not easier than just having somebody pick something up. So it's definitely something for sure, especially these past few years. I always used to be at the flea markets, and I always used to be able to be on the Facebook Marketplace and like have in-person clients come over and stuff. But these past couple of years, that died on me. Like I don't really sell things to people in person. I've been trying to sell these vintage cars to Conky for about 2.5 years, and we're supposed to be friends. This is crazy.
Show up.
He didn't even want to show up, man. I'm just like, man.
I never know where you are.
Just call, man. He was in my building.
Come by tomorrow, man. Come by tomorrow. I'm home.
Yeah, unfortunately, Murano glass guys.
Glass in general, guys. No glass.
Antique furniture. And like Guapo said too, I mean, there's things Guapo will bring me to sell because for him to ship it, no one's gonna, cost him too much. And if he charged people for shipping, a lot of people don't want to pay $80 for something to get shipped. Because some things, if it's not a standard size kind of package box, you start getting long things, weird shaped things. Yeah. Shipping goes up crazy.
Just shipping those Pooh Bear posters alone were nuts. Like,
how much did it cost you to ship those
today? I was like, dude, like that right there. I have like 1 or 2 more left. They sold on average of $40 to $60, but like, dude, yeah, man, those Pooh Bears sucks shipping, man. So.
And it does cost money to get auction items shipped. And people buy stuff sometimes in my auctions, and then they're like, well, I don't want to pay that much for the shipping. It's like, yeah, well, you bought huge items or huge lots. I mean, you got to think about what you're buying and shipping. And I know a lot of people got accustomed to free shipping from places out there, but, it costs a lot. I mean, the amount of shipping cost is ridiculous. And like Guapo, he sucks up the shipping cost in his sales, and God bless him for it.
Yeah, no, there's definitely, shipping it takes away a lot of profit and incentives to actually do this because, man, shipping sucks.
And he's not even calculating in all of his costs of supplies and the time and all that, because he goes out and buys supplies all the time. How much did you spend the other day?
Man, 1,200? No. Yeah, either 800 or 1,200. I forgot.
I remember it was a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. No, for sure. That's why I called you when I was outside of Supply Hut, because I'm like, dude, this is getting a little bit extra, man. That's a high overhead. And I always talk about not having a lot of overhead. That's a high like expense, $800 to $1,200 on shipping, and tape wasn't even included. It was just like what did I get? Like these are important, and then the boxes of course are important, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, if I could just apply myself to getting boxes, it would save me a lot of money. There's so many businesses that just throw their boxes out. Like I was at Bigsby's Coffee the other day. I think I was on live, maybe members only. I can't remember what live it was, but they were throwing away a bunch of boxes, and I reached my head out the window and I'm like, hey, can we have those boxes? And she said, yeah, got a bunch of boxes from a business establishment. So that like alone, if I can consistently do that alone would completely save me so much money for material. So, and
I mean, my business partner, he's a shipping guru, I would say, because he knows more about shipping than anyone I know. But he has this. You ever see that box sizer he has? He has this tool, and you can make like any box, and you can. It basically cuts in the inside of it, for you can fold the boxes down. So if you have a box that's this tall, and you need to take off 2 inches of it, you put the sizer thing, and then it'll go all the way around. And you can like bring it down 2 inches, or you can make a box flaps on boxes and all this crap. But long story short, sometimes an inch will be the difference, $20-$30.
Yeah, if it takes you over the oversized limit, yeah, that you need that. that's one of the reasons why we've kind of halted our auction, is because we will sell something and sometimes it'll cost just about everything we sold it for just to ship it. So we kind of got out of the habit of giving stuff away.
And I know, I ship so much stuff. It is crazy. I mean, I don't know. It's usually 80, 100 packages a week.
Yeah, but iron sharpens iron, guys. I've been around these guys for a long time. Hales isn't in here. And then anytime I get a chance to actually soak up any kind of knowledge or any kind of better way of doing things, we're all in the same field, and it's super important to remain humble and continue to learn how to do this the best way possible. And I mean this to everybody in the chat. It's like I was at Rob's building today. I mean, just seeing the system is just amazing. It's literally what it's what I've always looked up to ever since I've met Rob, because he has his own system, and somebody's shipping, somebody's cataloging, somebody's making room in his facility. And we've talked about this a lot, about room and space and how to be productive. And it's awesome to just bounce ideas off. I gotta say this, and I know you guys know this, but like, it's a blessing to have people around you that you could, bounce ideas off of. And you could also, could share storage unit stories with all the time. It's amazing. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that we're always evolving, and we're always going to continue to grow. And seeing the shipping, we were just talking about shipping, but seeing how the business has just expanded, how all of our businesses have expanded within these past 5 years. It's just it's exciting to see where they're going to go in 5 years, number one. And it's also humbling to see, like, for an example, you, Rob, getting things in a systematic manner. And these are things that people don't see. You're not filming. You're filming the stuff you find. People aren't seeing how awesome the businesses ran on West Cleveland, and how ideally any reseller would want to do it the way that you're doing it, because that is obviously the end level where it's just residual and you can focus on buying, and so
yeah. I mean, and there's actually, it's weird because I think in the last month, like, I think 3 people came up and said, "Oh, I want to be like you," or that's where I'm going and stuff. And I said, well, there's pros and cons with everything. And my buddy used to always tell me, you got to fight to stay small.
Yeah.
And what he meant is that everyone wants to be the big, huge, blow up everything, get all giant and stuff like that. And it's happened multiple times. You see corporations do this all the time, and they collapse. You sometimes you try to build stuff and you don't have a strong foundation. You build too fast, too quick. All kind of problems can happen. And number 2, very people intensive industry. I can't have AI move stuff for me. Okay. I can't have a robot move stuff for me. I know you guys say, well, yeah, it's not here now. Okay. So there's no robot, no AI that can move stuff for me. AI, I haven't got to the point yet. I'm sure there's going to be a point where I could just take a photo of something and it will catalog it, put the dimensions and everything in, but we're not at that point yet.
I'm surprised they don't have it already.
Well, I'm sure I'm sure that's close. I mean, there's AI out there where you could probably just put a picture in and it could give you a description, or vice versa. You put a description, it could probably generate a picture.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Colin. Hit that thumbs up, Pippa. And but it's labor intensive, and when you have people, you have to be able to manage people, number one, and to be able to get stuff out of the people that you have working for you. And I've gone through a lot of employees, and that's a whole another thing is you hire employees, then you have to be able to fire employees.
Yeah, that's true. That is
a lot of people. That's the hard part. And I'm the nicest guy in the world, and trust me. And it's how do I put this? My kindness, my niceness, whatever how you want to term it, has cost me tons of money because I'm too nice sometimes. And when I was a manager in hotels and stuff before, I'm too nice.
Yeah, you got to quit being so nice all the time. I'm nice too, though. It's just tough when you want to it's just like almost like a value of an item, when people try to offer less. Everybody wants a deal, but it's like, how nice do you want to be? Do you want to give a $500 item for $50? Are we in the business to do that? It's like, you have to think about, And then there's another thing when you people take your kindness for weakness. That's why I haven't done a Restores the Love video. I actually had this is exclusive AA news right here. I actually Mike, not Mike. Oh, am I lagging?
No.
I'm not lagging. Not Mike, but not Mike, but Mike had an opportunity to do a Restores the Love, and I filmed a lot of it, but it didn't go right. You know, people have ways of taking advantage of kindness, and it's tough. And we talk about that. You know, when you have the Restores the Love videos, they have to have a place to put the stuff, and they also have to be like not crazy, right? You have to deal with the people and make sure that they're like coherent and literate and not crazy enough to receive their stuff and at least make a successful video. And like 62% of the time, the people are crazy and don't have a place to put their stuff. But there's always that like 30-something%. Like, I don't know.
Well, the thing is, like, if you try Restores the Love, you got to be at the point because they're not going to be able to take everything.
Yeah.
Most of the time
was crazy. I couldn't put the video out, and the lady was just crazy. It was a dead video.
But you tried.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I tried. I even paid for the unit. I gave Mike back the money for the unit. All right. And I had to take that loss. But I'm not just about to put out a video of nothing. It was just a commotion. The lady.
Yeah, that's my job.
Yeah.
Now we want to see it, Guapo.
Now we want to see this
I got
video.
some clips and stuff. She's crazy. I mean, she's crazy. Get that camera out of my, just crazy, crazy lady. So that's not, I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry I laughed. It's just
it's cool. It's cool. It's completely cool.
I might start doing some kind of other. I might do Ask the Auctioneer or something. I've been talking about that for years. I might try to do another live. It's just to find another time to sit down and do a live. It's always tough.
so. Anyway, speaking of reselling, and Guapo, you might be interested in this.
Uh-oh.
There was a woman. I think she was in California that sold on eBay that emoji that has the poop on it.
Yeah,
the poop emoji.
She sold a T-shirt with that on it, and she was sued for quite a bit of money. Her eBay and PayPal accounts were both frozen. The money in both accounts were awarded to the plaintiff. And if I'm not getting my stories mixed up, I think the whole thing cost her about $60,000.
And why is this?
Because she sold a T-shirt with a poop emoji on it.
Okay.
Yeah, that was weird. They just violated my terms for selling Ford wallets. I got a violation, and I'm like, dude, I've been selling these Ford wallets for like 2 years now. Instantly, yeah, got a violation. They made me take it down.
What's wrong? Why they're not copyrighted or something?
I don't know.
It's Ford all wallet? Copyright.
I'm assuming they're not made by Ford. They probably weren't trademarked or whatever.
No, they were the wallets that I sell.
No, I know the wallets. I'm just saying that the person that made the wallets probably didn't get the right to make those wallets with Ford.
No way. He had Harley wallet. He had everything.
That's what I'm saying. I doubt they ever had the rights to do that. You see what I'm saying? You have to pay for rights to put it on like merchandise.
Yeah, right. So I don't know, man. I hope I don't get in trouble trying to sell that stuff, man. That'd suck.
They just told you got to take down the Ford wallets?
Yeah, no, they just told me. Yeah, they took them down. Yeah, they gave me a red mark and they took them down themselves. And I'm like, dude, what happened? Why? I mean, I've been selling these wallets for a long time now.
That's weird.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like some kind of law that they're doing now where everybody's gonna be able to come after everybody for anything. Or
yeah, just shut the whole world down. I say that'd be easier. Right, Conky?
Probably. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to argue with anything at this point.
Let's go back to the old school.
Right. That's the most part. When's the next storage auction?
Scary Sherry has one this weekend, I think.
No, I thought that was last weekend.
Shady Sherry.
Shady Sherry. It was funny because I was doing the storage unit today. This big guy walks up. Hey, I know you.
Yeah.
Okay. I watch your show all the time. I'm like, oh, thanks, man. You inspired me to start doing this. Don't tell me that. Don't start buying storage units because of me. Don't blame me.
That's a curse. It's a curse.
Yeah. Yeah, eBay's definitely doing more verification on stuff now. So this guy comes up and but he ended up buying a storage unit online, and then he was telling me about. He's like, "Don't go to the Arlington place." I was like, "Oh yeah, that place. It's Arlington self storage, guys. If you guys are from this area, if you ever see anything that says Arlington Road, do not buy those storage units. Those have been set up since the beginning of time, since I started in this business. I bought one there long, and the guy's like, "Don't you know these units are set up?"
Before me. It's before my time. Rob did it way before me.
Yes, long time ago.
But that's Sherry, right?
No, Arlington Road is a whole different banana. Storage Legends YouTube Tuesdays nights. That's right, guys. Conky's is Saturday at 8. Guapo's Tuesdays at 8.
I actually got an auction here in like 20 minutes.
On YouTube or whatnot?
Whatnot. I've been pushing it back like all day. So I'm probably just gonna like sell a bunch of just random stuff.
Sherry said I'm not scary. Well, maybe a little.
Sherry Seaver? No, Sherry's one of the goats.
I'm just about Sherry. That was funny.
Sherry is one of the goats.
And I got 2 auctions left this year, Guapo.
Isn't that crazy? That is crazy.
This Saturday and next Saturday, last 2 auctions of the year. And that always scares me.
Oh my God, I gotta take my garbage out. Yes.
I'm calling your house, dude. I'm bringing some garbage.
Oh man. Don't you just love when you're ready to get ready to work and put on an auction and you just know that you have to take some garbage out, and it's a lot of garbage at that. That time when you're on AA and you realize that you have to take your garbage out.
Are you putting on Joker socks?
Beetlejuice. Thanks to
Beetlejuice. Okay.
10:35.
Peggy got these for me for my birthday.
Don't say it 3 times.
I can't. What if I said it 3 times, made him appear, and just started beating the crap out of him on live?
We're making a new Beetlejuice movie too.
Just showing him how storage unit auction buyers really get down, and that's it. Oh,
well, half off that lot, guys.
Hopefully that was some of the garbage you got to take out.
no, that was silver cards. Silver.
Oh man,
Half off, guys. Half off.
is that your whatnot auction tonight?
Cowboy. Let me see. And then this thing is really cool. It's a movie poster of Condor Army. I don't know what that is.
Condor Man.
Condor Man.
Class.
Is it a good movie?
Yeah.
Wow. So these are original. So there's 1, 2.
That was one of Conky's favorites.
3, 4. I got 4 original movie posters. Hopefully they sell for like $30 a piece. That'd be awesome. But I don't know. When I don't promote these lives and stuff, they kind of just sell for like nothing. All right, guys, I gotta get off here. I gotta do some garbage stuff.
Garbage stuff.
Yeah. Doesn't sound right, but that's really what it is.
All right, Guapo, good night.
I'll see you later. Okay. God bless everybody. Let's have a live here soon, dude. Let's do a live on my channel here soon with a different theme. Would you rather?
Would you rather go to Guapo's house or go to Conky's house?
I don't know. I feel like everybody would have fun at either house.
I'm asking in the chat. Would you guys rather go to Guapo's house or Conky's house? Put in the chat.
Oh my gosh, guys.
Come here, you got to be tripping over Tonka toys being restored.
You go to Guapo's house and be tripping over baseball cards and
comic books is what my house is mainly made of right now.
Who wants to go to Guapo's house? Who wants to go to Conky's house?
What do you want to trip over, guys?
I'm doing a poll right now.
Just a
Can you do a poll? Is this StreamYard?
an FYI.
How do you do a poll?
I'm asking them.
Oh,
We're really boring people over here.
Darlene said it's going to pick up Guapo and then go to Conky's.
That's funny.
you guys are funny.
Oh, that's funny.
Everybody wants to go to Conky's house.
Conky's. Because they all know Noreen's going to hook them up.
Yeah, you're gonna get a headache coming to my house. We're gonna bump music and we'll have a great time. So
Guapos. I don't know. I think we're about tied right here. Who's the better cook? I don't think Guapo can cook, and Conky definitely can't cook.
I just cooked dinner tonight, but
What'd
I
you make?
really good at it.
I cook a bowl of cereal. I could whip up a mean bowl of cereal.
It's true. Your ramen noodles are pretty good.
My ramen noodles are good. I like tuna casserole. I make a good tuna casserole.
What'd you cook, Conky, tonight?
Me?
Yeah,
I just made some steak and French fries and a salad.
Man, that sounds good. Sounds good. Have a bonfire at Conky's?
Yeah. I light a match outside, and the fire department comes and puts it out.
Guapo, them Conkies. I like it. What's the wife cooking, Conky? Guapo, does it mean Uber Eats? Yeah, Guapo can order a mean Uber Eats, man.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Guapo?
Pouring some garbage into another garbage can.
Nice.
You gotta move that garbage around.
Yeah, Chris, that guy, we made him an offer. We haven't heard anything else. And dealing with that gentleman, he was an accountant, okay? And then he had appraisal done for the property. So, contents. So anytime you have an accountant, they're very number oriented. And then they see this appraisal. And to them, they don't understand how the resale business works. They're used to regular business. They figure, okay, well, this is appraised for this much, so it's got to be worth this much, maybe 10% less. I'll take blah, blah, blah. Well, as a reseller, he's got a $100 item. I can't pay him $90 for a $100 item because I'm never making any money. So I got to pay around 50% what the items are worth. So I went to the house and I made him an offer on the contents of the house, and then he had jewelry and coins. I made him an offer on that and gave him a combined offer for both. Now, he hasn't called me back, anything else. I don't know if he sold the contents or not. Sometimes in these situations, time is the best friend. I don't need the stuff, and he needs to get rid of the stuff. So if he doesn't find anybody, usually what happens, I met with him in November. December goes by. Once again, this is an accountant guy. January comes. What happens in January, Conky?
They get busy.
Well, yeah. And what also happens in January with property? What do you get in the mail from the property for your property every January? And
Oh, your property taxes.
boom, property tax. And you won't believe how many calls I usually get in January. At Christmas time, no one's thinking about it. That tax bill comes, and it's $3,000, $4,000, and they got to come up with $3 or $4 grand out of their pocket to pay half the year taxes. Auctioneer guy, can you get this stuff out of my place? Because I need to sell this house because I'm sitting here losing money every month. Boom. Holding property, ladies and gentlemen. I try to explain this to people all the time. You're sitting in a house that's worth $250,000. You have $4,000 worth of property. You're going to sit there and dicker over $4,000 worth of property, whether you take $2,000 or $3,000 or whatever, and you're going to sit there for 6 months. Why that property you're paying taxes, insurance, water, electricity, gas, unless you get everything shut off, and then the house is going to be hard to sell because the paint's going to start peeling, all this other stuff, blah, blah, blah. So to hold that property, people don't realize, and I try to explain this to all the time, and I've had people call me up months later because they finally realize holding a piece of property costs money. And I always tell people, don't worry so much about this stuff. It's just stuff. The property is where the money's at. You're going to sit there and worry about a couple $1,000s worth of stuff when you have a $250,000 piece of property, $500,000 piece of property, and you're worried about $3 grand.
Now, what kind of complicates it? If the property value is going up, then that's not so bad. You know what I mean?
Correct.
If you can get more for it in 6 months than you can now, that's you're holding it's a good idea. But right about now, where we are right now in the history of property values, yeah, just sell it while you can get something out of it.
Yeah, right now we're high. Melody says she wants to come to my house. Come on now. Coggy's been here. Guapo's been here. I don't know if it's so impressive, but I think
everybody's been to my house except for Guapo. You've been here and Jeremy's been here.
Have you ever been to Conky's house, Guapo?
No.
All right, so maybe you need to bring those toys to Conky.
He was going to come here and film my red line collection one time, and then he didn't do it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, Conky. Always something, man. Always something.
Guapo's the best. He's walking around building. He's like, here's $2 just in here. Their whole building. There's just stuff everywhere.
Oh, I know, man. It's so crazy, dude, because like I could sell so much stuff just out of that building alone, dude.
He just wants to do a live whatnot for my building.
No, I got it. Like tomorrow, I was thinking about doing like a live garage sale. Or like one of these days, like just walking around my garage and just selling like a lot of things live. Because obviously my garage is just like your building. I mean, there's stuff everywhere. And there's just like,
your garage has been on fire before.
Yeah, right, exactly. I should have just, that's not, my Nana had a quote of $11,000 to make it back to normal. And I just wanted to go like, I wanted to hold my neighbors accountable. And that's why I didn't do that. And now that fast forward, now I wish I would have just did that. Like it would have been a lot easier because I would have had a complete done garage now.
So what are you selling tonight, Guapo? Before we get off, we got to tell everybody what they got to expect on the Guapo.
Whatnot crashed, did it? I don't know. What am I selling tonight?
Yeah,
I was thinking about going like on like the card comic kind of route because I got too many comics, dude. Like I got a lot of comics and I'm selling like good ones like, you know, like the 12 centers and the things like that. So I can get out of here and start traveling the world and freaking doing something else. I don't know.
Uh-oh, he's got ideas, guys.
I got a lot of ideas, but I'm to the point where like what's meant to happen will happen. Like at that point, like it's not anything, whatever. Like I'm in no rush to do anything. That's just what it is. I mean, these days I have to watch what kind of pressure I put on myself because the least amount of pressure, the least amount of workload, the more, you know, the more easy you can take kind of life, I guess. I don't know. It's a good way of putting it. You know, obligations and things like that, dude. You just don't want to, I mean, bro, sometimes when we talk about this, like sometimes you keep this high expectation, you set the bar so high, you just constantly get let down if you don't meet these standards you mentally put for yourself. So it's important to keep pushing yourself to your maximum limit. Do the things you can do because time passes so quick. But also take a step back and realize you're doing good. Be content and happy with what you have. Understand that things will be the way that they are, you know? So it's almost like a very like, it's a very like universal way of thinking in a sense. I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
I think Jeff said you should join the military.
I was thinking about it.
Traveled the world via Uncle Sam. I'm assuming he was in the military, huh, Jeff? But yeah, I don't know, Guapo. There's a lot. I mean, it's just so crazy. I mean, to be where you're at, I couldn't even imagine because, you know, I don't know. I mean, I had a wife and kids and all this stuff. So it's like you're not tied down to anything. So you can do anything you want. Like, you know, Hales goes, oh, move to Florida or do this and that. I can't. I got kids in school. I'm not going to take my kids out, change their whole life to move to Florida.
Yeah, but see, I can't move to Florida either because I have a mother of, I have grandmas, 2 grandpas.
You could go, but you could come and visit them.
I got my family. My family means more to me than
well, that's your priority.
YouTube content. It's just such a priority to enjoy my family.
And I'm with you. And that's my whole family's here. And Conky's here. And if I can't hang out Conky.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to take me with you, but
Rob knows. Rob's a family man. Rob knows what I'm talking about. There's priceless things. That's my family is definitely a priceless thing for sure.
Well, here's a prime example. Let's see. Yesterday, I was supposed to go to the Cavs game. But I couldn't go to the Cavs game because number 1, I had to do basketball pictures, and then 2, go to my daughter's Christmas concert. So I had to give my tickets away. And Shane got to have a good time.
Shane got to have a good time. Oh, wow. Whatnot did just crash. That's crazy.
Oh, man.
Dang. Oh, my God.
That's because they knew you were coming, bro. They had to shut it down. They're like,
bro, I don't know what it is, bro. Whatnot just crashes. Like, it's super annoying. Like, me and Nana would try to get shipping done, and the whole entire site would just completely crash. And I mean, I'm like Nana alone is so, I'm so proud of her because she learns so quick. Like I could teach her just a little bit. She'll learn quick. She'll know how to do things. And I showed her the organics of whatnot in terms of like how to ship. And it just, at first I was like, you're doing something wrong, and I look and I witnessed the whole entire like site crash just on a glitch side. So it's annoying. It's definitely annoying. I seen David say that it crashed in there. I'm a mod and it glitched for 10 minutes and crashed. Yeah, David, make sure you come in the chat. If I see anybody in my Whatnot lives from YouTube, they are mods if I know and recognize the name, because most of you guys have been, around for a long time. So
I don't think I've ever been on Whatnot site.
I'm not worried, Gate Smasher. They're only gonna take people 50 and older, right, Conky?
Yeah. I don't think there's gonna be a draft.
Did you hear about like Ukraine? Their draft is like they don't draft anyone under 26.
Really?
So anyone that's like 18 to 26-year-old, they're not in the military. And I guess that's to keep the regular economy. And I guess you have to have some guys around.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either. I thought that was a shocker to me because they said like the average age of the military, and then now it's like 10 years older than it was 2 years ago. But yeah, I guess it's almost that time. Guapo's got.
You think if we have a draft, like what do I qualify?
No, Guapo, you're the first one they're taking. This is the one guy was saying, Rob, there's gonna be a draft all-star stuff. You said, I said, do you think I care? I'll be cooking for generals, okay? I got a culinary degree. I worked for master chefs. A guy that could cook all kind of food like me. You think they're gonna say, "Oh, put him in the front line," or hey, General, he needs to eat a good steak tonight. No problem, General. So I'll be over there cooking, having a good time. I mean, I'm not worried. Guapo, they'd be like, "What you can do, Guapo? I can sell T-shirts, front line." What can you do?
Somebody's got to sell the T-shirts to the front line.
Exactly. That's funny, dude. Oh my gosh. Rob's like, I don't care. I can cook, dude. I'll be all right.
Oh yeah. Well, in my chef life, I worked for multiple chefs that were in the military, and that's where they started cooking. And the one guy was on an aircraft carrier, and talk about crazy stories. And he said they had those huge steam jacketed kettles. He said they would go in there like a hot tub. Well, you're on this giant aircraft carrier. I mean, you're out there for what, months at a time? And the other guy was on a submarine. And he said, Rob, the best thing about being the cook on a submarine, you're the only guy that gets a shower every day.
Huh.
Everyone else, you don't shower every day. So, because since you're cooking, they want you obviously to be clean. So you get to shower every day. So, but I could never imagine. I mean, I'm 6'3", me on a submarine. I'd go nuts, dude.
Really?
I mean, just man, you're trapped underwater or in the ocean for like 6 months. They never have to stop because they're nuclear. They don't have to refuel a submarine. They just go.
Dang.
They're powered by nuclear fusion, so they're like unlimited power. So they can stay underwater. They have to come up every
so often. Air.
Yeah, they create their own oxygen, everything. It's crazy.
It was funny because my high school physics teacher was a submarine commander in the Navy.
Oh, wow.
And one of the things he said was, I asked, I said, how do you breathe down it? You have to come up for air. He says, no, we make our own air. I said, well, how do you do that? He says, if I tell you that, I have to kill you. So he was able to confirm that they make their own air. He was not able to tell me how they did it. But guy's name is Mr. Bell. He's probably one of my favorite teachers, if not the favorite of all time. Really good dude.
Mary Beth said, what about food? You mean as cooking food? What do I like to cook? I'm not sure what that means. What about food?
On a submarine, they just stock up.
Oh yeah, they carry enough rations and everything else. Like, I mean, they can make it a long time. I mean, the sub is meant to be down for a long time. Yeah, on the sub. I don't know what exactly they eat. I know he cooked all kind of different things. I mean, they have freezers, they have refrigerators, they have, it's, you know, I don't know exactly military mess kitchens. But fresh produce is probably one thing you're not getting, I'm assuming, on a submarine much. It's probably almost everything's frozen. Or freeze dried or things like that.
That's crazy. This is a crash site, dude. That's so nuts.
It still crashed? I thought it was up.
Yeah, I'm like trying to figure it out and like set everything up, dude. It's like not working.
Well, Guapo might be on Whatnot tonight.
Yeah, I might be. I might just, yeah,
might not be on Whatnot.
I might not, bro.
You might not be on Whatnot.
This isn't.
So this Saturday, I got an auction, 1 o'clock, second last auction of the year. Next Saturday, my last auction of the year.
That crazy.
Crazy units coming out. I got to go Larry tomorrow, Guapo.
Larry?
Valeria.
Oh my God.
What?
Wow. The site just crashed.
Again?
Yeah.
Sherry said.
That server is returning an unknown error. Visit cloudflare.com for more information. Browser working. Indianapolis, Cloudflare working. Whatnot.com, host error. Holy crap. Whatnot just shut down, dude? What's going on?
Well, Gate Smasher said, switch it to a YouTube auction, Guapo.
Yeah, let's go. We'll go on YouTube. I don't care. We'll go.
I like it, Gate Smasher. See, someone's out there helping you out.
Yeah, we're going on YouTube. I'm going to make the StreamYard right now. I don't care.
All right. So before, let's do a little, you want to do, hey, Guapo, you haven't done a prayer for us forever.
Yeah, let me do a prayer. I'll do a prayer right now.
All right. Do a prayer, and then we'll do our final sing stuff.
All right. Dear Lord, I want to first and foremost thank you so much for the beautiful inspiration you've given me to start prayers and actually make that initiative to do that before getting off and exiting alive via the internet that connects with bunches of people at one time. Lord, I just think that's just amazing. We can utilize this form of technology to spread your word to the world. Lord, I just want to thank you so much for that awesome inspiration that you put in my heart. Also, I want to thank you for these amazing friends and obviously the absent one and the whole YouTube family for that matter, Lord. It's amazing that these people just create and just support us with absolute love and the interest they take in such a hobby and interest and career path that we chose, Lord. Lord, I also want to thank you for the career path specifically that I got myself in, because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't meet such amazing people watching us. And I know I speak for my brothers when I say, Lord, please keep us safe from any health issues, Lord. I know there's a lot of new COVID strands and other sicknesses in the world, Lord. We just want to stay happy. We want to stay healthy. We want to stay in your arms. And I know we can do that through you, Lord. We ask this in your name. Amen.
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 So another crazy week. Lots of stuff going on. Conky, anything you want to say?
Just remember to smile at somebody and try to lift somebody else's day, and maybe they'll go out and do the same thing, and we might just mess around and make the world a better place. I don't know.
Like it, Conky. Guapo, you're doing your live auction. Did he freeze?
He looks frozen.
He does. I don't think he's messing around this time. He's really frozen. He's standing too still not to be. So
yeah,
everybody check out Guapo. He's be doing it live here in a minute. We're gonna be selling some awesome cards. We got some awesome comic books, and any Batman or Spider-Man, you just buy them and give them to Rob because he likes them. Thank you, Guapo. And don't forget, check out the auctions, www.secondsense.com, guys. Some cool stuff this week. Ship all over the world. Also, next weekend, awesome auction. Got some crazy storage units, and then the one tomorrow I got to go to. I mean, it might be the dirtiest, dustiest, filthiest storage unit I ever bought. I mean, I can't wait to see how long it's been sitting there. Who knows what's in it? It's probably all going to be junk, but you know what? You don't know until you buy it, right, Conky?
You get some good dust anyway.
I'll at least get some good dust and probably lose a couple years of my life. And but I appreciate everybody checking us out. Thank you guys so much. I mean, awesome. What an awesome community, awesome people. And don't forget, go to Conky's house, guys. So I'm putting Conky's address up right here, and